Alright, so jobs. I have had so many different varieties of jobs. My first job was a charter fisherman deckhand with my dad. Not his company, but his name. I thought it was always a neat hat that he gave me because it's got his name on it. And he did tow people. He is known for like towing people if they get stuck. People that's unfamiliar with the bayous, they get stuck on shallow water and stuff. So that's my dad. He's pretty cool. So, and that's who I first started working for, was my dad on his crabbing boat. I might have a picture of kind of like what it looks like during crabbing time, or like, something. We'll see. All right, so you wear gloves because you don't want your hands getting tore up too much, because we pull up rope, because we throw out crab traps and they're tied with rope. And we didn't really have a uniform. We wore a flannel shirt just to kind of not have the sun eating up too much of our skin. Sunscreen definitely necessary. I think my neatest experience, because we're so close to the Gulf, sometimes we get the dolphins. So I was able to like lock eyes with like a wild dolphin. That was like really nice. Another time was like really early in the morning before like the sun rose. It was still dark on the waters. Picked up the first cage and it just lit up with sea gooseberries, jellyfish. Whoosh, lit up like the whole body. It was cool. So yeah, crabbing was like my first experience. A lot of hard work. You smell like a fish after the day's done, but it's a good, honest work, and in the afternoon you're done. Although I'm not really wanting to do that anymore. I think that's kind of like has passed me by, but I'm looking forward to the next job. And so we're gonna go ahead and just go on to the next job. Alright, my next job was working at True Colors. It was my cousin's art studio. And before then, I was working with my dad crabbing. So that kind of carried me through like college time. I was having issues getting like work. So one day, we was at my uncle's birthday party, my great uncle. And so we was at his party. And two of my other cousins were in another room like talking, because the cousin that owns True Colors was going to be losing one of his best workers, kind of like his assistant manager, and he was looking for someone else that needed work. So my other cousin was like, wait, are you looking for work? Blaine's looking for a job. Oh, Blaine's looking for a job? Well, let me go talk with him. So that's when he offered me the opportunity to work at his art studio, and that's where I really got into like the computer art, because before then I kind of didn't really have any like skills, because I really had like some self-esteem issues, because I didn't really think I could do much. When I got into the studio, I was able to do like artwork that people really loved, and that's when I really got into like computers, graphic design, websites, and that was like a really big springboard for like just a whole bunch of different stuff. So I actually helped my cousin design this logo. So, and I enjoy graphic design and computer editing and stuff, and I think my cousin has a big hand in that. And so I stayed working for him for a couple of years, but it was starting to slow down in the mall, and so my cousin was called to Florida. He felt like God calling him to Florida. So he uprooted, went to Florida, and then I was like, well, I kind of want to stay in Louisiana at the moment. So I ended up I think I had maybe worked worked with my dad a few times, a little bit. Went back to working with that for a little while. And we get on to the next job that I had, which was through a staffing agency. So the staffing agency lined me up with a job working at the Kanata's catering office. Because of my prior experience as a graphic designer, it was the first time I was able to like mess with an iMac. That was awesome. It was really sweet being able to work on that thing. And so I was able to work and learn how to use that. And I believe I did have a MacBook at the time, so it wasn't really that big of a difference, like change-wise. But it was really cool being able to work at like an agency. The only thing that really caused me to leave was like some scheduling conflicts and the fact that I believe that the staffing agency was taking too much of a percentage, so I was kind of like going down in my finances rather than going up. So I ended up leaving them to find other work. But it was a very like fun time, and it was a bunch of really cool people. Okay, so that carries us to my next job, which was at Benoit, and it was a pipe machinist shop type place. So it was radically different than like working on like graphic designs, offices, that kind of thing. So I was driving forklifts, working on heavy machinery, so it was very different, but it was very interesting. I met like a lot of cool, interesting people there, and this is one of them right here. And we still keep in touch since I've left work, and him and his wife have been like really great supporters of this channel. Like they've been really like helpful, kind of like just being encouraging, feedback, all that good stuff. Could use about 1,000 of these guys like that. And by guys I mean him and his wife. They both are like really near and dear to my channel and my heart. So Benoit Premium Shredding, I didn't really have like the opportunity to advance. For whatever reason, they just didn't want to let me try the machine and stuff, which was, I don't know why, but that's just oh well. But anyways, I knew that I wasn't really gonna stay there long, because God kind of like led me to believe that I wasn't really gonna stay there that long to begin with. It was just more of like a stepping stone to my next place. And so once it was time for me to leave, I got like different little signs. Okay, you know what? I think it's about time to find something else. But it was like a really good opportunity, good learning experience, all that good stuff, and just a different variety of people I was able to get to know. And I still kind of keep up with more than just Billy. I keep up with a few other people, but I think Billy is the one I communicate with the most from Benoit. So with that being said, we go on to my next job. Alright, so my most recent job was working at Busy Bee Clinic. And I kind of use the term was loosely because I can still work there. It's just I'm no longer a salary, hourly employee over there. It's contractual. So if they need me, and they'll call if they have work, and I have the opportunity to go back and work with them again. But as far as that goes, I'm kind of looking to get a job, like remote job recently. I've been looking into those because I want to transition from Louisiana to Tennessee, because I would really like to be able to get my own place in Tennessee and just, just kind of uproot and plant some roots over there. And I'm really looking forward to the next step God has for me. I feel like He's calling me to Tennessee because there are a lot of reasons of why I'm moving to Tennessee. So there's that. Like a lot of friends I know are that live and have moved to Tennessee, and so I'm really looking forward to seeing what kind of career and stuff that I'll be doing over there. Because right now I'm not really sure. So they got a lot of good remote jobs that I can do from home, because I've always wanted to do that. Because I've always wanted to be able to be there for my family. Because my dad, he was there for us, but he worked 14 and 14. And I really wanted to have more home time with my family when I decide to, when God, decides to bless me with kids and whatnot, after I'm married and stuff. So so if I could get a home-based job, that would be really cool. So that's my next step. And so that's kind of like my Busy Bee Clinic thing. I worked there for a couple years, and it was really enjoyable, really fun. I've enjoyed awesome boss, excellent schedule, just everything was really good. So with that, we're gonna go ahead and switch to another clip and conclude this video. Alright, so that concludes the video of my jobs, and what I would really like to do is one day be able to go full-time with my channel and website. I'm kind of a long way off from there at the moment, but with God all things are possible, so maybe one day I can go full-time with my channel and just have a good life for me and my future family. So I want to thank you guys for watching this video. It's a little bit different than what I normally do, so I hope you guys were able to enjoy it, and I hope you guys are having a fantastic week so far.